Services we tried at the beginning of our autism journey, part 6. The other parts are probably like 50 videos back at this point. Continuing on, Ella did ABA. She was doing great. We were really happy with this situation. Let's cut to, we decide to find private speech and OT services. We found that with a local, it used to be like an Easter Seals situation, and it was a similar thing. It was just called something else now. And that's where the only place in our area that was convenient for us to find speech and OT services. And this is actually where Ella went to daycare for a very brief time. So the schedule then became, she was going to ABA, I was working, and then there was like one day a week where I would go into work. I think at this point I was part-time. I was going into work late at this point on one day a week, and we were co-treating speech and OT at the same time. So she would go into ABA late on this day. I would take her to private speech and OT in the morning, like 8 a.m. We would do an hour of co-treating with speech and OT. Then I would run her 40 minutes to ABA, and then I would report to work, and then I would have my work day, and then I would go pick her up later that evening. That's the thing, when you decide to go the route where you're doing private therapy, everything is on you. Everything is private. You're doing the parent trainings for an hour once a week where you're talking with the BCBA, and you are doing parent training where sometimes you're going to the therapy and you're talking out all of the things that your child is doing. And there was a point where they were having me walking me through the motions of what she was doing. And then sometimes we'd do calls and kind of go over what happened the week before. I had to do these same things with speech and OT. I was present the whole time. It's not like I just dropped her off and I had a break, because she was still going through learning how to potty train. So during this time, I was always present. So I'm present for all of the therapies except for ABA. I would just drop her off because that was her longer therapy where they're actually working on the potty training skills. So it gets to be a lot if you decide to go this route where you're doing it privately. I think for our family, it was the best route that we could have chosen for Ella in our situation, but it's hard. Everything is on you. The progress is on you. You making the right calls at the right times, dealing with the insurance company, following up with the therapist on a weekly basis. Go to part 7.